The reason why I'm ending it there is because we've got some other stuff to tend to here. We've got to find out, guys. We've got to find out what Dave Meltzer had to say.
That's right, it's time to find out what did Dave Meltzer say.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'd have to give that 5 stars.
Rumor has it that Mabel is going to be the third guy.
Okay, and this is really important. I wanted to get to this now, and we could get to the stuff at the next episode. It's fine. But here we go.
Do we have to find out what Dave Meltzer said?
We do, because we have to end this. It's been such a great night with you two, but we have to end it on a bad note. Okay. WCW attempted to take Davey Boy Smith from WWF with plans to reveal him as the newest member of the nWo at Fall Brawl, but at the last minute, the plan fell through. Notice how he says that? Attempted to take, like, against his will. Like, he's not with a contract with the WWF at the time, so how are they taking him? They're signing him. It's stuff like that that gets me annoyed. Anyway, as a result, WCW has turned the Giant into the newest nWo member. So, okay. Dave also thinks it makes WCW's wrestlers look like total pussies, since week after week, 3 nWo guys routinely beat up half the WCW locker room, particularly the Horsemen, who look like jobbers now. Oh, man. It's all being booked by Hogan, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Not Kevin Sullivan. Even though he's mentioned a few weeks ago Sullivan was going to lose the job as head booker for one bad rating. But now Hogan's booking all of it, apparently. There's some resentment among those who feel Hogan is simply booking for his own ego and attempting to bury Flair, Anderson, Benoit, etc. Wait till I get to my turn to...
Carl, can you just remind me of what the rating for this show was?
It was 4.3.
Their
record rating. Yeah.
Mm.
As for Giant turning, it was a last-minute panic move and completely throws future plans into chaos. Since Giant was booked to face Kevin Nash at Halloween Havoc, that had not been announced, and in matches against NWO members at house shows, among other things. Also, funny note, at the end of Nitro, when Giant joined the NWO, they all went up to the announcers area and destroyed the set. Turns out they weren't supposed to do that, and the set is expensive, so some people were a little upset about that.
That's great.
Okay. Look, I'm going to let you guys go first before I fucking have a, bit of something to say here. Kev.
Man, where do I start with this one? Generally, we Dave sort of guessing his way through it. This whole thing just seems like just a personal opinion of his. It seems like he doesn't like what's going on. But generally, when he doesn't like something or he doesn't agree with it, it's generally when it's working and it's doing really well, as you can see with the rating. Yeah. So his own agenda again is being exposed here because he gives it the set. That's all you've got. The people were angry about the set. Oh, we're really angry. Oh, we got a record rating. Oh, but fuck, that set's all destroyed now. Oh, what? Who gives a crap?
And all
the ratings going through the roof.
Yeah, and all this stuff that, it's all just everything's at the last minute. They don't know what they're doing. What?
Come on.
Fuck,
dude,
man.
It's funny. It's funny that there was. I don't recall him mentioning Giant being a member, not once in the last 10 episodes. Do you?
No,
not once.
Nothing.
He didn't. I think he's upset that he was fooled.
That he didn't know.
He didn't see it coming. He didn't see it coming.
And that's why it's a last minute thing, because it had to have been because he didn't know. Fuck you, Blade. Take it away.
I think, you make the point about, he was booked to wrestle Kevin Nash at Halloween Havoc. Well, nobody knows.
Never announced.
Not announced on TV. Who did you hear that from? Who's your source on the inside that told you that? Whatever. He wrestled nWo members on house shows. Well, of course he did. Because if he didn't, then they'd fucking bury the lead completely, and we'd all know that Giant was supposed to be one of the threats against the nWo. So he wrestles the members of the nWo, thus making the reveal that much more surprising. It's almost like Dave hasn't watched a movie or an episode of television before, or read a book, or just consumed anything that sort of, builds narrative suspension to, a point of climax. But anyway, it's hard to believe that they wouldn't have known about the Death's destruction either. I don't believe that, because they've clearly planned all this other stuff where nWo has destroyed things or vandalized things. This was just another thing that they did, and it worked. It was super shocking, popped the ratings, all of those sort of things. I really hate how always, and I think, Kev makes a really great point, is that things he seemingly doesn't like are always like, well, they rushed this, or they had to pivot to that, or there's always an excuse to sort of bolster his opinion. But it's all like smoke and mirrors, because it's, well, very clearly the nWo is the hottest angle on WCW right now. There is no way that they wouldn't have planned out, a roadmap as to who the members were that were coming in. Yes, okay, maybe if some talent became available, they may have grabbed them and signed them on a contract and put them in, not taken them. But like, I would think with the talent they've got, they would have built a plan out. They wouldn't have just been like, oh shit, we couldn't get Davey Boy, so let's fucking put in the Giant. There's absolutely no way. Not a fucking chance.
Dude, yeah, keep going, sorry.
No, it's okay. So like, that's my final point, because I really want to cede the floor to what you unleash on Meltzer. But yeah, I find perhaps this is maybe one of the more like annoyingly egregious things that he said, where I'm like, no, I flat out do not believe any of those things that you said. A lot of it is speculation that you've clearly tried to present as fact. Actually, I'm starting to get mad now, so I'm going to pass on, because it's your time. It's your time now.
Man, it's just okay. Like, they're not going to bank on someone who's not under contract. It's not the plan for Davey Boy Smith to be the newest member at Fall Brawl, and he keeps going on about Fall Brawl being when the fourth man showed up. Ted's the fourth man from last fucking week. This week's the fifth guy. Okay? The newest member was not going to be Davey Boy Smith. I don't think that they're going to bank on it. Right? But that's what he's been going on about. He's been going on about that the next member was going to debut at Fall Brawl. Well, we've had 2 new members before Fall Brawl, and we still got like another fucking couple of weeks to go before we get there. The plan fell through. No, there was no plan. It's just Davey ended up getting a sweet deal with Vince and got promised a main event run. Nothing fell through. It's just like they tried. Maybe they tried. I mean, I don't even know if it's true. But as a result, WCW has turned the Giant into the newest nWo member. What are they panicking for? Why would they panic for? They're not banking on Davey Boy suddenly being available if they haven't got him under contract to debut on this show to be the newest member. But he keeps mentioning Fall Brawl. So why have we got Ted last week saying that next week's the 5th guy is when they're going to show up, and it's not Fall Brawl?
Here he is a couple of weeks ago getting really upset with the nWo angle, not highlighting any new stars, or it's just relying on previous stars. Here we got Giant. I think he's only 24 at this point. You're highlighting him in this role, and he's still not happy.
It's just, I don't know, like the way he's written all of this, it's like he wants everyone out there to not like this. See, whoever is reading his the Observer, he wants them to think that shit behind the scenes is really fucking bad and this isn't going well, and the ratings are through the roof though. Okay, I'll get through all of this in a second, but like, again, someone wrote notes on the Observer here. So like the guy who's written that Dave thinks that this has made the WCW wrestlers look like total pussies because they keep getting beaten up by 3 nWo guys. And that doesn't fucking mention the fact that, I don't know, they may be attacking the Horsemen after they've had a fucking match. They're fucking sneak attacking people after they've had a long match. Maybe that's why. Like 3 people have been able to fucking beat them up. Maybe they could keep the whole company at bay because, I don't know, they had baseball bats and they're sneak attacking people backstage. Like, you can't fucking leave the most important fucking details out of it in your fucking newsletter, dickhead. Okay? Like, And now he's putting bullshit in there. There's resentment because Hogan's apparently Hogan's not booking this. You already mentioned Sullivan a few fucking months ago about how he was booking. Hogan's not booking it. Okay, he's still figuring out what the fuck to do as a heel. Why would he be booking this? Why would the Horsemen be pissed off? Sorry.
No, I was going to say, can I interject with one thing as well? I think to supplement this argument is that Eric Bischoff, you know, say all you want about him, is he also a very shrewd character, right? Very smart businessman. I reckon, you know, so Dave talks about that Fall Brawl was a destination where the fourth member was going to be unveiled, blah, blah, blah. And that didn't come to fruition. We got Ted and then we got Giant, both on Nitro. Those coincide, and we talked about this earlier, with the US Open, right? So they would have known, and they would have known at some point that WWF was not airing. They wanted to pop their ratings, and they did it, and it was a fucking smart decision. It was planned. It was planned.
There
was no last second pivoting. There was no like fumbling to figure it out. It was all pre-planned and done in a very, very smart way because they were going up against zero competition. They utilized the airtime that they had to make those debuts early. Now you're going to want to see what develops at the pay-per-view because now we know that there are more members coming. It's smart and it makes sense when you look at it through that lens. Sorry.
That's okay, but no, you're right.
Yeah, great point.
We mentioned the fucking breadcrumbs that are being left, right? At what point since Hog Wild Brother on August the 10th has the Giant fucking done anything to fucking go against the NWO? At what point has he stepped in the fucking same room as them? He hasn't. The fact that he hasn't is already telling us that they knew from that point, August 10th to now, September 2nd, they knew at that point Giant was going to be joining the NWO here. So it's not a last minute panic move and completely throws future plans into chaos. What chaos?
Yeah,
future plans into chaos.
4.3. That's chaos.
It's real chaos that he's not wrestling Nash at Halloween Havoc in a match. A match that hasn't been announced yet. And it's real chaos that he's not wrestling NWO members at house shows, which I'm pretty sure if I look at Cage Match, they're not working fucking live events. I bet you anything at this stage anyway. But it's not total chaos that Giant's not. Oh, now he's not wrestling Scott Hall at a house show in fucking Ohio or Little Rock, Arkansas, right? So, and yeah, okay. And I just don't believe that anyone was upset about them destroying the set. Like that Ted Turner owns them, cunt. Damn, I said the C word. As for Davey Boy Smith, the plan was for him to walk out on Nitro on the 1 year anniversary episode as a surprise, like Luger did. So didn't he say that? Okay, the first paragraph said that Davey Boy Smith was supposed to be revealed as the newest member of the NWO at Fall Brawl. Okay, maybe he just showed up. Maybe he just shows up on the Nitro, doesn't join. Okay, I'll let that one slide. But I won't let this slide. The next bit, okay? And this is the last piece that I'm going to read here for what Dave Meltzer had to say. WCW is still trying to bring in several ex-WWF stars expected to become NWO members. Remember that. But legal issues are holding them up. So again, Kevin Sullivan, Eric Bischoff, they're all banking on people being able to get signed that are still under contract or there's legal. Yeah, they're banking on that. Fuck you, liar. Sean Waltman is still in a state of flux and hasn't got a full release from the WWF yet. Jeff Jarrett's contract expires next month and he'll be in then. WCW has expressed interest in Bam Bam Bigelow, whose WWF contract expires in the next few weeks, even though they haven't used him in a year. The Bam are in the NWO. Interesting. Blade, what do you think of this?
I mean, how long have we been talking about Sean Waltman? coming.
Yeah.
And it's always like some that are like, oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And it's like, well, no,
Oh, yeah.
it's probably just
That's right. Waltman showed up at Hog Wild ready to work, even though he knew
Yeah.
he didn't have his release yet. Get fucked. He's not stupid. Keep going, Blake.
yeah, he brought his gear with him just in case he could get on the show.
Like now
he's
he's back to WF now. He's back there
again.
again.
Yeah, well that's it. Again, yeah, there's no way there's I'm sort of flogging a dead horse at this point, but there is no way that they're building out their plans on people that they don't know that they have. If these people come, awesome, and I'm sure that they build out a separate storyline when and if they become available, but they would be working with the people on their roster and planning that out. It'd be monumentally stupid to be doing it the other way around.
Kev, it's just so dumb.
Oh man, what can I say?
It does make me laugh. I'll be honest. It's so infuriating. It does make me laugh.
I think the only one I think the only one I believe that I think they were actively trying to get was probably Bret Hart. That makes sense, but all the other ones are, Sean Waltman's such an obvious one. He's obviously going to say that. But yeah, it's so funny. 2 weeks ago he's saying he was at Hog Wild on August the 10th, brother, and now he's not there anymore. He's back to WWF. That's comical.
Like, yeah, he hasn't got a full release yet. Like,
he's got a full release. He turned up at the pay-per-view, but now he's not got a full release. Oh, I'll just wait now.
Fucking hell! And for him
ludicrous.
I'm sorry, but look, I don't think Davey Boy Smith would have suited the NWO at all.
No.
And when you're fucking NWO, you're NWO for life. It was fucking Owen. Davey Boy is not in the NWO, okay? Like, I don't see that happening. And when he came to WCW eventually, he never fucking joined. So, fucking Jarrett, bro. Come on. It's ridiculous. Okay. Well, like there we pretty much have it. I did have one more thing that I wanted to let you guys know about. It's kind of boring though, but maybe it's cool to end it on a boring note. The WWF was having issues with America Online, the internet service. AOL had a WWF section and a separate wrestling section unaffiliated with the WWF called Grandstand, where wrestling fans posted discussed news, more often wrong than correct, said Dave.
Oh, just like him.
Yeah.
You know something about that?
WWF has an exclusive contract with AOL and have complained about negative comments being made about WWF in the Grandstand section of AOL. Since it has a contract, WWF believes their section should be the only wrestling section on AOL, since it's the one that they can moderate. The complaints have led to several negative WWF posts being removed from the Grandstand section of AOL. Wrestling fans have taken this as WWF infringing on their freedom of speech, and the bad publicity has started to spiral out of control. Finally, Vince McMahon instructed the online department to do whatever it took to make the problem go away, because WWF was looking like the bad guy. In the end, WWF and AOL issued a joint statement apologizing for having the posts removed. And then the guy who was doing the recap here wrote in brackets, the early internet was weird. Kev, what do you think of this?
There's no way Vince McMahon's got anything to do with that. There's no way.
He's got so much more shit to worry about than bad posts on a fucking AOL.
I think once again, it must be a hard week for Dave. He's just scrambling to come up with some sort of story and
it's a weekly newsletter. He's got to fucking think of something.
Yeah, he's coming up with this is really, really inside stuff,
Fucking hell. Blade.
We know Dave Meltzer's in this form. He's got a different alias. He's typing in. He's doing his little thing. Yeah, we know this.
He's on the AOL chat making the negative comments.
Yeah. I can't believe that they had the Giant join the last minute because that Dave Meltzer said that it was a last minute decision. I mean, my God.
Could you imagine some marketing assistant going to Vince and telling him that some nerds online complained about WWF in a forum, and then they wanted to delete it. And like, you could just imagine like that conversation happening. Vince fucking like backhands whoever it is.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Like it just, it's ludicrous. It was handled by somebody in marketing, probably like, I don't know, at the level of like Mick Foley's son Dewey when he joined the marketing team a few years ago.
No one's bothering Vince about this shit.
No, they don't give a shit. But I do like that they had to apologize for deleting people's opinions, because like you're sort of trying to control the narrative of like, oh well, only good things can be talked about when it relates to our product. No, it can't. People can say whatever they want about your product. If it's shit, it's shit. Like accept the criticism. Perhaps that might actually make you improve into a better product. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, Tony. Well, there we have it, boys.
You just had to go in for the last minute cheap shot.
Fuck him. All right, boys. Well, there we have it.
He'll reply online. He'll reply online to the fucking shit. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's the other extreme.
Yeah, come at me, you Nepo baby. Right. Boys, we're done here with episode 11 of the nWBros podcast, and chuffed to say we have 101 subscribers on YouTube. That's fucking sick. Kev, any final thoughts, things to say, and where everyone can find you?
I think this episode was possibly the best one we've watched as far as an episodic show. I think it was very enjoyable to watch. The whole show was interesting. They had a lot going on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, maybe this is the new direction that all the shows have, where it's just chaos and week to week we're like, wow, that was awesome. So yeah, I'm hoping for that. But yeah, you can catch me on Facebook, Kevin Curran Music. I'm on Instagram as well, Kevin Curran Music. And if you want to check out my band, that'll be Hailmary Band on everything except for Facebook, which is Hailmary Band page. And on X, I'm Kevin Curran. I'm Hailmary Kev. There we go. That's me done.
Yep, all the links will be in the description, everyone. Blade, anything to say?
I mean, I just want to say, I guess, a thank you to all the 101 people that have subscribed to our channel. I think there's always a little spark of joy whenever I check the channel and I'm like, oh, overnight it's gone up by like 1 or 2 people. It doesn't matter how many it is, but it's always nice to know that there's people watching. Our latest round of videos seem to have done really well, which is awesome. And I kind of like that we're creating, all jokes aside about Dave Meltzer and how we feel about him, as that we've seemed to attract people from both sides of the fence. We've had people defend Meltzer on our videos before, and we've had people that have criticized him as well. I'd like to think that we can create some sort of like fair discourse. We put all this on, for show. Yes, we don't like him, but like, the conversation always is civilized. And there was even that one Rogue episode where we all agreed pretty much with most of what he said, which was wild. But it's continue to please comment and just give us your opinions and what you think, and tell us if we're wrong, tell us if we're right. Like, it's it all really helps.